What's going on, y'all? Once again, I am here. This is Around the Town, and I am your humble host, KD. Once again, bring you some of this news you can use. So, if y'all been paying attention, I just sat there and dropped a video, which is 1.5 of the despicable things that our childhood heroes from Nickelodeon that we looked up to and as children growing up in the mid 90s, early 2000s wanted to be like, the stuff that they have been put through, and the heinous and tragic and just downright despicable people that they was put around. So I found another YouTube person that is breaking this down a little bit more. His name is Spoozley, I guess. So we about to sit there and watch some of his stuff and break it down. And before I even finish this video, just know it's 12:47 in the morning. It's April 2nd. I told you I'm dropping videos every day. I wasn't expecting to doing two in one day, but I'm dropping videos, and I'm in the middle of eating dinner because once I got off of work, I came to do a video. So just know I'm dedicated to y'all, so y'all be dedicated to me. Oh yeah, like, share, subscribe, and like I said before, y'all get me to 500 subscribers by the beginning of May 1st. The top 5 funniest comments of my subscribers. You have to be subscribed in order to sit there and enter into this, what's the name? You got to write the funniest comment. You got to be subscribed by May 1st. If y'all sit there, get me up to 500 subscribers, the top 5 funniest comments of my subscribers, $20 cash app. If y'all get me over 500, I'm still giving the top five subscribers that have the funniest content, the funniest comment, $20 cash app. If you live in New York, I'm doing a giveaway. I have some cookies, display jars / grinders that may or may not be filled with some flour. Who knows? Get me over 500 subscribers and we'll see. But let's continue with the video.
As children, for many of us, there was absolutely nothing better than waking up on a summer morning, going to the TV, and turning on our favorite TV show to watch, scrolling down to Nickelodeon and seeing Drake and Josh, or Zoe 101, iCarly.
That's a fact.
It's the classified pair of geeks.
That is a fact.
On and on. It was the early 2000s, and we had
that was definitely that lineup in the 2000s, though.
No idea about the absolutely vile things happening behind the camera to many of our favorite actors and actresses. We couldn't imagine the horror they went through because of some very sick and twisted individuals. With a new documentary releasing soon, exposing Nickelodeon, and the recent news coming out in that documentary from Drake Bell, I decided it was time to make a video consolidating the information and the allegations against former directors, staff, creators, and weirdos on these Nickelodeon shows. Today, I will be exposing the scumbags behind the scenes of Nickelodeon and shoving their awful deeds right into the light so y'all can see them. The goal for this video is for their crimes not to be just swept under the rug like nothing happened, which I'm sure is what they would want. But I want this video to be a spotlight on how bad these people are and how sick they are. Let's get into it, shall we? As of 2 days ago, As of 2 days ago, when I'm writing the script, a documentary titled Quiet on Set was leaked into its release date, which is on March 17th. The purpose of the documentary is to expose the people behind Nickelodeon for these abhorrent acts of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse on their child actors. In the documentary, actor Drake Bell, known for playing in...
Now, if I didn't sit there and really go through what happened to Drake in the last video, I actually went through it in the previous video about Nickelodeon. So just go probably like 2-3 videos down. Excuse me. You'll see it. But we doing it now, so let me reiterate. So Drake came out and said he was molested by a man named, if I'm not mistaken, Brian Peck, which was his dialect coach throughout his work on the Amanda Show and Drake and Josh. Now, mind you, this in particular individual got arrested and went to jail. I don't believe it was for the Drake situation, but it was for some type of inappropriate SA actions when it came to children. He got arrested, right? If I'm not mistaken, he only did 3 years. Don't quote me on that. But if I'm not mistaken, they said he only did like 3 years. And then once he came out of prison, right? Guess where he got hired to go work? Now, mind you, when Nickelodeon like basically dropped live action entertainment for kids and they just went straight cartoons, around that time, Disney Channel has started progressing with live action comedies for children. Because before, Nickelodeon and, well, let me not even say before, because in the early 90s, Nickelodeon still had live action entertainment dealing with kids. Disney Channel cartoons, Gummy Bears. Matter of fact, they did have some live action joint because the original, from my understanding, the original Alice in Wonderland wasn't a cartoon. Well, no, the original was a cartoon. The reboot that they did in like the early 90s, it was live action people up there. So, yeah, I mean, they started, but it was majority cartoons. Now, in the 2000s, the early 2000s, that's when they started putting Wild Kids on Disney. You feel me? And me personally, coming from that era, I feel like, okay, first of all, Disney and Nickelodeon, I believe that they's working together. So if they're working together or if they're not working together, they're competing. But 9 times out of 10, when they're competing, they're still owned by the same conglomerate. Cool, whatever. Just like anything else that y'all think is competing with each other, 9 times out of 10, they owned by the same company. I'll give you an example. Well, no, because Pepsi and Cola isn't owned by the same company, but the mother company from Pepsi and Cola, if I'm not mistaken, is still owned by the same company. Okay, cool. So the man Brian Peck sits there, and once he gets out of jail, he ends up getting a job on Disney, working on another one of my childhood favorite shows, The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. So who knows what he did with them two little boys, but it's just crazy how you go to jail for being a pedophile, come home, and then go right back to working with kids like nothing happened.
Josh, and in The Amanda Show, claims he was SA'd while filming at the age of 15. This assault was done by the dialogue coach on The Amanda Show named Brian Peck. However, this is not the first time
Brian Peck
would do something like this, nor would it be the last. You see, Peck himself pled no contest in 2004 for performing a lewd act with a 15-year-old. We would figure out later that the 15-year-old was Drake. But later, Beck pled no contest for oral copulation with another minor. At the time, he only spent 16 months in prison for these heinous crimes. Peck were...
So my apologies. I said it was 3 years. I was wrong. So let me sit there and fix that right now. The man got arrested for SAing a 15-year-old boy, which was later found out to be Drake Bell. Now, it's crazy how you can... All right. You could be selling crack cocaine and have less than an 8-ball on you in crack cocaine. Now, this is for the people that never sold drugs, and I'm going to just break this down to you. You can be a black man and be possessing and have possession of crack cocaine on you, right? It could be under 8-ball. It can be under a teenager, or you know what I mean. Let's say you got 5 dimes on you. You can get sentenced to way more time. I knew people that 6 years in jail, 3 years in jail, 8 years in jail, 16 years in jail, depending on your criminal background. But nonetheless, you can get all these charges and all this time as a black man for living in a disfranchised community, no real jobs, and you trying to sit there and provide for your family. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you have, and I don't really want to make this racy, but it has to be done this way. You have a white man that's working in corporate America, the entertainment field, that not only is he a pedophile, but he hires other pedophiles to work on his projects in his facility, which is Hollywood, which is Nickelodeon, in which certain individuals get caught in the act and get caught as in they're being told on this, that, and the third is coming to the light that they're doing looting and obscene. They're doing wrong things when it comes to children, right? You sexually assaulted a 15-year-old little boy. Now it's being stated that not only did you sexually assault that 15-year-old little boy, but it's alleged that you had oral conversation with another little boy around the same time, and you only served 16 months in jail. That's crazy.
Worked on many Nickelodeon shows in the early 2000s and the late 90s, and he had a multitude of other projects outside of the network that he was in. He was an actor, a voice actor, a model for video games, and he's been in over 50 movies, including the X-Men, X2, he was in Holes, TV show Good Burger, The Amanda Show, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Boy Meets World, and many others. And the whole time he was...
I did not know that man was in the X-Men 2. Didn't know it.
On these shows and movies, he was a sick freak. Drake Bell stated that the assault happened numerous times while being on cast for The Amanda Show from 1999 to 2002. He was only 15 years old, like I said. When Peck was arrested in 2003 and charged with the 11 charges of abuse, and he was also labeled on the sex offender registry.
So hold on. Before I even go on with this video, between 1999 and 2002, so 99, 2000, 2001, 4 years, you were sexually assaulting this young boy. At the age of 15, I don't know if he said anything at the age of 15 or if he's stating that from the age of 15, this is what happens. But nonetheless, you sexually assaulted a 15-year-old boy. After you sexually